Hello everyone, this is Keso. I have secured All India rank 312 in the recent UPSC CAPF exam. We have started this PYQ series, and in this video we'll cover the POLITY PYQs which were asked in UPSC CAPF 2021. So let's start with the lecture. So the first question is related to the powers of the Supreme Court, which is also conferred on a High Court. So the power of Court of Record, which is conferred on both Supreme Court as well as High Court. If we see the explanation here, that under Article 129 and 215 both have the function as a court of record. And if we see the other three options, so advisory power, which is exclusively for the Supreme Court under Article 143, and then power of doing complete justice, Article 142. This article has been used very frequently by Supreme Court in the recent past, and power to allow or refuse special leave petitions. So this power is under Article 136. So just remember all three articles: 143 advisory power, 142 power to do complete justice, and then 136 special leave petitions. Let's move ahead with the next question. Which fundamental right is not guaranteed? So right to property. Initially it was part of Article 19. It was repealed by 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act in 1976, and it is currently under legal right in Article 300A. So Article 300A and 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act. The next question: who among the following fixes the date of the election of Speaker of Lok Sabha? So A, the President of India fixes the election of the Speaker of the Lok Sabha, and pro tem Speaker is elected in the first session, and he preside over the oath ceremony of the all newly elected members. Let's see the next question. Which one of the following statements with regard to DPSP is not correct? So B would be not correct. They can override all the fundamental rights. That is incorrect. While other three options are correct. They are not enforceable in a court of law. They can be related to social and economic justice. Then they can be related to giving free legal aid. So if we see the explanation here, in Champakam Durai Rajan case, Supreme Court held that fundamental rights would prevail over the DPSP in case of conflict between the two. However, legislature can amend fundamental rights to give effect to DPSP, and we have seen this regarding right to education, Article 21A. Let's see the next question. Which one of the following statements about Supreme Court is not correct? So A is not correct. As under Article 129 and Article 144 of the Constitution, Supreme Court has been vested with the power to punish the contempt of court. So under Article 129 and 142, not 44, the Supreme Court has been vested the power to punish contempt of court, including the power to punish for contempt of itself. So not Article 144, it is Article 142. And then the Supreme Court has been vested with advisory jurisdiction. Correct. Supreme Court may refuse to provide opinions to the President if so asked in certain circumstances. Yes, it is correct. The law declared by the Supreme Court is binding on the all courts within the territory of India. Under Article 144, Indian Constitution mandates all civil and judicial authorities across India must act in aid of the Supreme Court. So option D, it is explanation of option D, and here A is incorrect, as under Article 142 it has the power of contempt. Let's see the next question. It is related to parliamentary committees, Public Accounts Committee. The question is asking about correct answer. So the committee consists of not more than 15 members. Wrong, as it contains 22 members, 15 from Lok Sabha and 7 from Rajya Sabha. Finance Minister, ex officio member. Incorrect. Finance Minister or any cabinet minister is not part of any parliamentary committee. C, a member of a committee is given a term for 1 year. C is correct answer. Then let's see the explanation here. Committee has 22 members, 15 from Lok Sabha, 7 from Rajya Sabha chairperson is appointed by speaker from members only, and the committee is one of the oldest as it was started in 1921. Let's see the next question. Who can be appointed as a judge of a Supreme Court? So, a distinguished jurist in the opinion of the President of India. C is correct, and it is not in case of High Court. Just remember this point. In order to be appointed as a judge of a Supreme Court, a person must be a citizen of India, and he must have been for at least 5 years a judge of High Court or two or more such High Courts in succession, or an advocate of an High Court for 10 years. And then fourth one is distinguished jurist. So for citizen of India, 5 years as a judge in High Court, 10 years as a advocate, and a distinguished jurist. So the next question is about personal liberty. Which one of the following statement is not correct? So a state does not have the authority to deprive any person within the territory of India of his or her personal liberty without any rational basis. It is correct. B. Basis of depriving a person of his or her personal liberty must be in accordance with procedures established by law. It is correct. Personal liberty can be secured by the judicial writ of habeas corpus. C is also correct. Under Article 32 and Article 226, writ of habeas corpus. Then D. The majority view of the Supreme Court, A.K. Gopalan versus State of Madras case invented the due process of law. It is incorrect. So the due process of law was invented in Menka Gandhi case, not A.K. Gopalan case. So D would be incorrect. So let's see the next question, which is about the preamble. Which one of the following statements with regard to preamble is not correct? So here option D is incorrect, as the Supreme Court has held in one of its cases that preamble can be considered as an aid to the legal interpretation of the Constitution. So D is incorrect, and option A, the term secular democratic republic was not there in the preamble originally. It is correct, as the word secular was added by 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act in 1976. And option B, the preamble contains the basic structure of the Constitution of India. So this is also correct. Then option C, by itself the preamble is not enforceable in a court of law. So this is also correct. So only option D is incorrect. Let's move ahead with the next question. Which one of the following fundamental right has not been provided to a person? So C, to act as a witness against himself is not a fundamental right provided. Let's see the next question. Electoral college for electing the president does not include. So all elected members of the Rajya Sabha, they are included. All elected members of the legislative assemblies included. All members of the legislative councils. So members of legislative councils are not included. So C, 3 only would be correct answer. Here, Article 54, the president shall be elected by the members of an electoral college consisting of the elected members of both houses of parliament, elected members of the legislative assemblies, including NCR and UT of Pondicherry and J&K also. Next question. The Constitution of India contains no provision for the constitution of municipalities in every state for an urban panchayat. D. An urban panchayat, it is not mentioned in the constitution. Only 3 types of municipalities are mentioned: Nagar Panchayat, then municipal council, and then municipal corporation. Nagar Panchayat in small towns, then municipal council in big towns, and then municipal corporation in cities. Let's see the next question. Which one of the following powers has not been conferred on the President of India? So appointment of Prime Minister, correct. To grant pardon, correct. To remove a judge of High Court, correct. To decide his or her discretion on any matter regarding disqualification of a member of Parliament. So B is incorrect, as it is the power of the Speaker of the House. Let's see the next question. Which one of the following statements with regard to Maneka Gandhi versus Union of India is not correct? So B is incorrect, as it was held that a law coming under Article 21 was not may not satisfy the requirements of Article 19. So B would be in, incorrect. Let's see the last question. That this was a quote on the 20th on the 26th January. On the 26th January 1950, we are going to enter a life of contradictions. In politics, we will have equality, and in social and economic life, we will have inequality. To whom among the following the leader the quote is attributed? So the quote was said by B.R. Ambedkar ji. So that's all for this video, and thank you for watching. Please do like the video and share it among your friends, and do subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching.